Hi all, welcome to the first lecture on chemical reactions and equations for class 10. Before we discuss different types of chemical reactions and learn how to make chemical equations, we must know the difference between a physical change and a chemical change. In a physical change, a substance undergoes changes only in its physical properties like shape, size, state, etc. It is to be remembered that no new substances are formed during a physical change. This can be understood with the help of following two examples. Water is a compound made up of H2O molecules. On freezing, water converts into ice. In this case, although there is a change in the state of water from liquid to solid state, but the ice is still made up of H2O molecules. That is, there is no change in composition and hence no new substance is formed. Hence, freezing of water is a physical change. Tearing of paper is also a physical change because although the paper has been teared into pieces, there is no change in the composition of paper pieces. During a chemical change, the nature and the identity of the initial substance changes. For example, when milk is left at room temperature during summers, it gets sour due to growth of microorganisms. Similarly, formation of curd from milk is an example of chemical change. When an iron nail comes in contact with humid air, a reddish brown coating of iron oxide, commonly known as rust, is formed. This is again an example of a chemical change because formation of a new substance, iron oxide, takes place due to reaction between iron, water, and oxygen present in air. One more important example of chemical change is respiration. In this process, glucose present in food breaks down to give new products which are carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Whenever a chemical change occurs, we can say that a chemical reaction has taken place. But what is a chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is a process in which two or more substances interact to form new products. For example, when hydrogen reacts with oxygen under suitable conditions, it gives water. During a chemical reaction, atoms of one element do not change into those of another element. Only a rearrangement of atoms takes place. This fact is clear from this equation wherein hydrogen molecule is combining with oxygen molecule to give a new water molecule. Now the next question that comes to the mind is how to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. Any one or more of the following factors helps us in determining whether a chemical reaction has taken place or not. But before discussing these four factors, let me introduce you with two new terms related to a chemical reaction. These are reactants and products. The substances which take part in a chemical reaction are called reactants, whereas the new substances produced as a result of chemical reaction are called products. In a chemical reaction, reactants are transformed into products. The products formed during a chemical reaction have properties which are entirely different from those of the reactants. Whenever there is a change in the state of reactants during a chemical reaction, we can say that a chemical reaction has taken place. For example, when a magnesium ribbon is heated, it burns in air with a dazzling white flame. Before burning in air, the magnesium ribbon is cleaned by rubbing with a sandpaper. This is done to remove the protective layer of magnesium oxide from the surface of magnesium ribbon. This protective layer is formed by the slow action of oxygen present in air on it. Magnesium is a silvery white metal, but on burning, it turns into a white powder of magnesium oxide. This is the chemical reaction that is taking place during burning of magnesium ribbon in air. In this case, magnesium and oxygen are the reactants, whereas magnesium oxide is the product. A change in color of the reaction mixture is also an indicator that a reaction has taken place. For example, lead nitrate and potassium iodide both are white powdery substance, but on reaction they give a yellow precipitate of lead iodide. So this is a confirmation of chemical reaction. Last but not the least, evolution of gas during a chemical reaction or change in temperature of the reaction mixture both are an indicator that a reaction has taken place. For example, on mixing a few pieces of zinc with dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid in a test tube, evolution of hydrogen gas takes place. Simultaneously, the temperature of the reaction mixture also increases. This is an indicator that a chemical reaction has taken place between the metal and the acid. So, to conclude, if one or more of the following observations are made during a chemical reaction, we can confirm that a chemical reaction has taken place. If you have any query regarding this topic, please write to me. Thank you.